Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, along with head coach Matt Loddick. I'm Todd Eichow. And Matt, it was a 1-1 week, and obviously two games that look completely different. I think it's been a common theme in the Valley that teams have played better at home, and maybe we can start with that because back-to-back really strong home games, and maybe the highlight of the season thus far was that 77-60 win over Drake. Let you talk a little bit about that game to start.
When we play at home for whatever reason, I just feel like we come out with more confidence, and it could be our youth. But I thought from the tip of that game to the end of that game, we won every possession. We talk about first possession to the last. It's a big theme in our team, and I thought we executed, offensively and defensively very, very well. For whatever reason, getting off to really slow starts on the road, not playing with a lot of toughness, not playing with a lot of emotion, and we've got to figure it out. And I don't know if you can hear the rasp in my voice a little bit, but we just had an unbelievable practice. It was hard and it was emotional. But if we're going to win on the road in this league, we're just going to have to be tougher.
Matt, you talked about the slow starts. We're going to get into that in just a second. I want to get back to a little bit about the Drake game because we talked last week after Southern Illinois that I thought the biggest story was the big starting to play big again. Because to have success in this league, to have success as a team, the makeup of this team is you've got guys bigger than just about anybody else they play, and guys who've shown the ability to dominate. And they did that against Drake, and I thought that set the tone early on in this game. As well as you guys shot the ball, that was the most important take for me, was back-to-back games where your bigs dominated. Now, it didn't happen, obviously, when you went on the road, but that's something that, as you go forward, has to happen to be successful, I think.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. And we need more consistency. For us, a big part of our success has been, being able to get the ball inside. I thought, for the most part in those two wins, we got a lot of easy baskets from our bigs. Our last game against Northern Iowa, up until the end where we became the more aggressive team, I didn't think we got a lot of easy baskets. And so, we need our bigs. There are a couple times there, shots that they can make. There were rolls to the basket, shots they can make that just weren't going in. So I really do believe that young players are more comfortable. Well, everyone's more comfortable at home, but young players especially are more comfortable in their home environment. So we have got to figure out a way to be more productive on the road, especially early in games.
I thought you obviously went through a stretch where it's not only my thoughts, but it's on paper. Starting lineup changed for a lot of different reasons, and I thought maybe that was hurting you at the start. There wasn't that consistency. But if you look from day one to where we are now, and it hasn't only been road games. There's been home games where you've had a lot of slow starts, and you say you have to figure it out. Is there anything there that you've seen on film or any thoughts talking with the other coaches on what is going on early on in these games?
No, I think, for us, I would say, we do have a quiet bunch naturally. And I think, when we were really rolling at 8-0, there was just a sense of confidence. There was a sense of, we're going to win, we're going to have our runs, we're going to do all this. And somewhere along the line, during that, tough December, we lost our rhythm and we lost our personality. And obviously we lost players during that stretch. And so I think different starting lineups were the combination of a lot of things. Sicknesses, suspensions, guys really not playing that well. And somewhere in there trying to find some confidence. Right now, I'm employing our team like, hey, we've got to be more vocal. We've got to be more emotional. We can't let the crowd be, why we have those things. And it doesn't come naturally for a lot of our guys. Tavon and Max they always play hard. They do. They always play really, really hard, but they're not the most vocal guys. And so our challenge to them has been be more vocal. Guys are going to look to you guys, to kind of set the stage. And really in our two wins, they did that. They were. And maybe the crowd helped them out, but they were more vocal. They talked. I thought, at Northern Iowa, we looked shocked to start the game. And, I guess as a coach, you try to infuse some character in there. You try to infuse some emotion. But in some ways, guys, we've got to just perform when we get out there. We're good enough to do it, but we've just got to do it.
One player we got to touch on, is Micah Bradford. We haven't touched on him yet, and it's been enlightening, I think, to watch what's happened over the last 3 games. And the obvious question is, how has this change happened? He's had 22 assists and 4 turnovers. Now, he was actually shooting the ball better earlier on in the season. He just looks like a completely different player. He has the ball in his hands more. Maybe you can touch on what has taken place and what we can look forward to going forward.
I think for Micah, obviously he moved up a little bit in the scouting report, or in the depth chart, I should say, with some of our suspensions. So he's getting an opportunity to play more minutes, and Micah has been extraordinary off ball screens, and so when he's in, does have the ball in his hands a lot, and he's getting guys a lot of easy shots. That assist to turnover ratio is fantastic, and been very pleased with it. It's obviously something that we've got to continue to build on. I think Micah, for him, the next step is I want him to be more vocal. I want him to take the reins as when he's out there as the lead guard and putting guys in position. But again, he's more naturally reserved, and so that's the challenge for him. And he is young, and love the strides he's made. I really do, and we've got to continue to build on it.
When Micah has the ball and Bakari's in the game, and now we see Micah handle the ball more.
Yep.
And Bakari's shooting the ball phenomenally.
Yeah, he really is.
He's been the best 3-point shooter in Missouri Valley Conference play among all players.
Yep.
So that gives you another option with him playing. It's better right now, as well as he's shooting, to have an opportunity to play some off the ball, I assume.
Yeah, no, I think, Bakari, he's great with the ball in his hands. He's a great shooter. And so, I think having guards like that has been, it's helped us on offense. Obviously we want that to carry over on defense as well. But Bakari's shooting the ball great. He's been fantastic. Again, we just got to all shoot the ball better.
Final thoughts about the upcoming ball game against Missouri State. Our first thoughts and our final thoughts about Missouri State, because you look back at that was almost rock bottom, the game at the Arc against Missouri State. Obviously, they're a very talented team. How do you change what took place 2 weeks ago now on the road against the same team?
It'll be tough. I mean, they're old and they're tough, and they're good. So for us, and I never want to have a team say, I never want to have to say this about a team I'm coaching, but we've got to match that physicality, we've got to match that toughness, and we've got to play beyond our years. And so, we're going to go in and we're going to be physical, and we're going to compete, and we're going to have to rebound, and we're going to have to run good shooters off the line. We're going to have to contend with what I believe is an NBA player at the 4, and we're going to have to do it collectively in a tough environment. So, for us, the one thing that I'll say is I don't think we've been that tough, but I can guarantee you we will be. Well,
the last 4 minutes in the ball game on Saturday night in a tough environment at Northern Iowa, we saw maybe a lot of it was just, we're down, we have nothing to lose, and you can increase intensity that way. But the intensity in that 4 minutes, to find a way to bottle it up and carry it over through the rest of the season.
Yeah, you'd like to. I mean, you really would. But for 35 minutes, they were the aggressor. For 5, we were. And we had our run in that 5 minutes. So, we've got to play this game aggressive. We've got to play it confident. And we just got to, find a way to do that on the road.
All right, good luck this week.
Thank you.
For head coach Matt Loddick, I'm Todd Eichow. Thanks for joining us this week on Valpo Basketball Weekly.